Hello fellow students, my name is Brent Calhoun, and this is my grappling partner, Ryan Betty. Today I'm going to be teaching you all the self-defense technique known as the standing guillotine. Standing guillotine derives from the martial art Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the art of grappling, or otherwise known as the art of ground fighting. Today, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is used mainly for takedowns, chokes, joint manipulation, body control, or other grappling techniques. Today, the technique I am teaching you is to help you defend yourself against an attacker who goes to tackle your legs. Me and my partner do not condone any type of physical altercation, only in the need of self-defense. The best thing to do if a physical altercation is to occur is to just walk away. Please practice this in a safe environment or, if need be, for self-defense purposes only. Now I'd like to begin with a little bit of background about myself. I am a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with 5 years of training. I'm also an amateur MMA fighter fighting out of the gym Jackson Winks MMA. I also used to be a teacher assistant here at the University of New Mexico for Eric Voss, teaching the martial arts program, teaching techniques like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm now currently the substitute teacher for the MMA class here at the University of New Mexico. The importance of learning these basic fundamentals of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is that there is always a possibility that you might find yourself in a physical altercation that you don't really want to be in. Statistically, 85 to 90% of all physical altercations end up on the ground, and it's important to know these techniques if you ever find yourself in a not-so-good situation. Like my instructor before me told me, it's better to know these techniques and not need them than need these techniques and not have them. The list of the materials is actually quite small. All you need is yourself, a partner, and a safe environment to practice these techniques. So, an important note. Because we are doing a choke today, my partner needs to be able to signal to me that the choke is secured. He will do this by tapping me with his hand on my body, known as a tap out, to let me know that the choke is secured. Now let's talk about the dangers of this technique. This is a self-defense technique, and this technique should only be used for self-defense purposes or for practicing the technique. If I go and give him this choke and I hold any longer than 6 to 8 seconds, he will pass out. If I hold longer for a few minutes, he will begin to start having brain damage. If I hold even longer than a few minutes, it could cause death. So please, be careful applying this technique. Only hold on for a few seconds, and when your partner taps you, let go. Alright, let's give a random scenario. Let's say I'm leaving the bar to go to my car to go grab something. A random assailant comes after me intoxicated, trying to pick a fight. Now, this is the first step of this, and this is one of the most important steps, and that is to get myself out of the fight. Okay? If he comes after me to go start a fight, the first thing I can do is no, stay away and walk away. Nothing is worth your life. Now let's just say that he can't be stopped and that he wants to continue this fight. He doesn't want to give up. He wants to make this real. Now it comes to step 2. Now, step 2, in this scenario, he's going to go for something called a bum rush. And it's like a tackle. Okay? And Ryan will show it right now. Boom, just like that. All right, cool. Now, what I want to do is be away from him when he does that, because I do not want him to grab my legs so that he can pick me up and take me to the ground. So when he goes to shoot for me, I want my arms extended. That's like the first important thing. Then I want to drop my legs back as far as he can, because if he tries to reach for those legs, he's not going to be able to, right? So I need to keep my distance. This is really important for this step. I want to pick a side that I like better to put his head in, right? So either I want to push his head this way, or I want to push his head this way. It's really your preference. Whatever is your dominant hand is usually the best side. So, now that I've picked my side, step 4. Now, I want to be able to wrap my arm around his neck to try to grab it and then something called cradling it. So the move that you want to be doing is I want to reach around his neck, grab that wrist, and then I want to cradle that here. All right, back. Just come in, boom, pick, and then I want to grab it, my wrist, and I want to just cradle it as far as I can get it, right? And then from here is an easy step. I just want to stand up. Now here comes the last step, and the one that can be dangerous is applying the choke. And that is just you bring your wrist to your chin, flexing your bicep. There you go. And just like that. So now, let's put all the steps together to show it in real time. All right. Comes after me, legs out, push in, go in for the cradle, and I'm gonna walk up, boom. And there's the technique. You've now completed the technique and are ready to defend yourself if you ever have an attacker try to tackle your legs. Remember, if you apply the choke on your attacker, call the police as soon as possible so they can apprehend your attacker. Thank you so much, and I hope you really enjoyed this technique.
You're gonna leave them all in You don't have to feel like a wasted space. You're original, cannot be replaced.